Listen, sweetheart, your debit card isn't fragile. Your settings and habits are. Ghost tap and modern point-of-sale tricks don't look like Hollywood heists. They look like a normal checkout that ends with money walking out without your permission. Today we'll build a calm, repeatable plan that keeps your money boring because boring money is safe money. I'm not your lawyer or banker. Use common sense, adapt to your country's rules, and call your bank for specifics. Here's the first win you can do before the kettle sings. Open your banking app and turn on instant transaction alerts for every card and account. If your bank allows it, add a per-transaction limit for contactless and online purchases, and set location controls so foreign transactions or certain merchant types get blocked unless you say yes. Save the card lock button where your thumb can find it in 3 seconds. If that already feels useful, tap like and subscribe. More tiny wins ahead. Let's translate ghost tap into plain English. Criminals steal or buy card credentials, sometimes tricking people into sharing one-time codes that let them add those stolen cards to burner phones' mobile wallets. Then a mule taps the phone at a regular store and walks away with goods before fraud systems catch on. You didn't drop your card. You didn't tap anything. But your money just lost a vote. The fix is not fear. It's a handful of habits that remove the oxygen from the scam. Daily shield number 1. Prefer a credit card with strong fraud protections for tap-to-pay in stores, and reserve a debit card for cash and ATMs. Credit disputes usually keep your bank's money at risk, not your rent money. Debit disputes may freeze your own funds while they investigate. If you must use debit for everyday taps, set lower limits and alerts so a bad tap hits a wall quickly. Keep just enough in the checking account that rides with the card. Park savings in a separate place that the card can't reach with one swipe. Shield number 2. Guard your one-time codes like oxygen. No bank, courier, or store clerk needs your one-time passcode to verify a refund, add a discount, move you to a safe account, or fix a double charge. If a human asks you to read a code out loud, that is your cue to smile and hang up. If a pop-up on your phone says, "Approve this wallet ad," and you're not adding a card, press Deny, lock the card in your app, and call the bank using the number on the back of the card. Never approve a wallet ad you didn't start. Never. Shield number 3. Use your own device's defenses on purpose. If you like mobile wallets, keep them but require Face ID, Touch ID, or a strong passcode for every payment. On iPhone, turn off Express Travel Transit for cards that don't need it so Face ID is always required. On Android, keep a screen lock that isn't 1234, and consider turning NFC off when you're not using it if your phone makes it easy. If you never tap with your physical card, ask your bank to disable contactless on the plastic entirely. Tools you don't use shouldn't sit unlocked. Shield number 4, checkout discipline. At the terminal, look at the screen before you tap. You should see the amount. If a clerk says, "Tap here first, I'll enter the amount after," say no. If the amount is wrong, say, "Void this," and re-ring it, not "try again" on top of that. If a payment shows declined, check your banking app before you try again. Sometimes the first attempt actually authorized and just hiccuped at the receipt stage. You don't want to pay twice. Ask for a void receipt if they re-ring. Ask for a manager if anyone rushes you through screens you can't see. Shield number 5. Set ground rules for weird devices. Charity collectors, pop-up kiosks, or a stranger with a portable reader should never rush you. If the amount isn't visible or the device looks like a personal phone with a cable attached, step back. Use cash or a known channel you find yourself. Never a QR code taped over another QR code. Never a link someone texts you at the counter. Never a tap here, it's faster. Faster is not a feature for money. Shield number 6. Train for the declined double charge trick. It goes like this. You tap, the clerk sighs and says declined, and they try again while talking fast. Your fix, pause, breathe, check your app. If you see a pending charge for the right amount, you say, "I see an authorization. Please void the first transaction before we proceed." If they claim they can't void, you say, "Then I'll call my bank now to confirm before a second attempt." You are polite, firm, and boring. Boring wins at money. Shield number 7. ATM and cash habits that don't invite drama. Use indoor ATMs at your bank branch when possible. Crowds and cameras deter tampering. Cover the keypad even if you're tapping. Some ATMs ask for a PIN after tap. If an ATM prompts odd steps, approve on your phone, scan this QR, cancel and walk. Trust your eyes. Overlays and loose card slots are red flags. If the ATM jams or stalls, lock your card in the app immediately and check your account before you leave the lobby. Shield number 8. Stop feeding criminals easy data. Phishing texts, fake delivery messages, and bank security calls exist to steal the very codes that let criminals ghost tap with your card in their phone. Your rule: never click a payment link from a text or email. If you think a message might be real, open your bank app the way you normally do and check for alerts there. If a bank calls you, say, "I'll call back," and dial the number on your card. Real banks survive callbacks. Pretend banks do not. Shield number 9, weekly money hygiene. On Fridays, you do a 5-minute statement stroll. Open your app, scan 7 days of activity, and ask 3 questions. Do I recognize every merchant? Are there any small test charges that look like $100, or weird cents? Did any refunds I expected land? If you see something odd, lock the card, flag the transaction in the app if that's a feature, and call or message the bank. Early is cheaper than perfect. Where do sleeves and tap blockers fit? Contactless cards need a very close hug with the reader to work, and modern systems use dynamic codes, not the same number over and over. Most scan from a distance stories are marketing for wallets, not the world you live in. If a slim RFID sleeve gives you peace, enjoy it, but your biggest wins are still alerts, limits, and not sharing codes. Let's write a calm script for the 3 most common scenes. Scene A, you spot a transaction you didn't make. Step 1, lock the card in your app. Step 2, call the number on the back of the card or use secure chat and say, "I'm reporting an unauthorized transaction. The card is locked." Ask for a new card number, shipping ETA, and whether they can refund or reverse the charge now. Ask if other accounts need locks. Step 3, write a 1-sentence note in your phone with date, time, who you spoke to, and case number. Step 4, scan the rest of the week for cousins of the bad charge. Step 5, if the card also lives in a mobile wallet, remove it and re-add only after the bank issues a new number. Scene B, you tapped, clerk says declined, but your app shows a pending authorization. You say, "I see a pending authorization. Please void that before another attempt." If they refuse, you say, "I'm happy to wait while you call your payment provider. I won't authorize another charge until this one is voided." If anyone pressures you, you smile, step aside, and call your bank from a quiet corner. You're not rude, you're the bank's favorite customer, calm, documented, and right. Scene C, a bank security caller wants your one-time code to reverse a ghost tap. You say, "I don't share codes." "I'll call the number on my card now," and you hang up. Then you lock the card, open your app, and check transactions. If you see a real problem, you call your bank. If you don't, you still report the phishing attempt through the bank's fraud email or portal so they can warn others. Let's harden your phone, because many ghost tap stories start with phone trickery, not a bump in a crowd. Use a screen lock that would make your teenage self roll her eyes 6 digits, or better, Face ID, Touch ID. Turn off lock screen previews for codes so a thief can't read your life through a glance. In your wallet settings, require biometric approval for every tap. On iPhone, review Express Transit travel and set it to none unless you truly need it. Otherwise, every payment asks your face to show up. On Android, disable Tap and Pay on lock screen if your model offers that toggle. Update your phone. Updates are often security bandages. Delete any optimizer/cleaner, apps you don't recognize. They sip data they didn't make. Travel days need a lighter, tighter setup. Carry one travel card with a lower limit for taps and keep your main card resting at the hotel safe for larger purchases that need PIN chip. Before you leave, tell your bank you'll travel if your country still needs that note. Many don't, but some do. Download your bank's app over home Wi-Fi, not airport Wi-Fi. In street markets, count cash and smile. In busy stores, keep your card in a place that isn't your back pocket or a loose tote. Use a crossbody bag that zips, and keep the phone in a separate pocket from the card so one grab doesn't steal both. Refunds and returns have rules that keep you safe. Always get a void or return receipt. If a store wants to refund to a different card than you used, ask why. Policy is not a reason. If the clerk suggests a peer-to-peer app for a refund, say no. If they insist on your phone number for texting the refund, decline and ask for a classic card reversal. Refunds should go back the way they came, not through a maze of links. What about bank liability and timelines? Rules vary by country and network, but almost everywhere, speed and clarity help. Report unknown transactions immediately. Keep notes. Ask your banker to summarize next steps by message if possible so you have it in writing. If you feel brushed off, ask for a supervisor and use the word escalate. If funds are frozen and it threatens rent or medicine, say so. some banks can place temporary credits during investigations. You are not a bother. You are the reason banks exist. Let's bake safety into your week with a simple routine called Bills Daily Cushion. Bills. Move predictable bills to a credit card you pay in full each month so your debit card doesn't drag your checking account to zero on the wrong day. Daily. Set alerts and look at yesterday's transactions once each morning while the kettle hums. Cushion. Keep a small buffer in checking so a legitimate double post doesn't bounce medicine. Once a month, review auto pays and cancel the ones that no longer spark joy or service. If you ever worried, should I buy a special blocking wallet? Remember, distance and cryptography are already your friends. Readers must be very close. Modern contactless payments use one-time codes, not the static numbers on the front of your card. A simple wallet that covers the card is often enough. The bigger wins stay the same. Don't share codes, set alerts, check amounts before you tap, and keep your card lock button where your thumb can find it. Strong finish you can tape inside your purse. Alerts on, limits set, card lock ready. Tap only after you see the amount. Never share one-time codes. Say void then re-ring, not try again. Use credit for taps, debit for cash. Use indoor ATMs, cover the keypad, walk away from weird prompts. Do your Friday 5-minute statement stroll. If something smells wrong, lock first, call second, note third. Getting older isn't about shrinking your life. It's about making it harder for nonsense to reach your money. If this helped, give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comments which 2 safeguards you'll set up tonight and which friend you'll text to turn on alerts with you.